Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. Monday, May 6, 2024 moment on General Hospital. Sam supports Dante's decision. Diane gives Alexis some advice. And Christina and Molly clear Theo. At Alexis' place, Christina says, "So I accidentally said my baby one time." She says the baby is growing in her and has taken over her life. She says TJ thinks she doesn't watch about the baby enough, and her mama thinks she cares about it too much. Alexis says point taken. Christina admits she fell a little bit in love with this baby as it's a part of her. And it's good for the baby to feel love before it's born. She doesn't understand why everyone is freaking out. Alexis calls her not understanding everyone's freakouts is a big concern. Christina remembers chancing her family broken in the demon over her struggles to have a baby, and she only wanted to help her. Alexis says their family, they aren't perfect, and they must give each other slack. Christina says if Molly and TJ were using any other surrogate, would they be policing her as much as they're her? She doesn't believe so. Christina has to meet Allison. Alexis says she's doing an amazing thing, and Molly and TJ are just bothered this will be snared down from like everything ahead. Alexis says this baby will be born healthy and come into this world knowing no docket but love. Christina heads out. Diane arrives to check on Alexis. Alexis has been going through legal books about capsizing disbarments, and Diane has been doing some work as well. They've come up with a lot. Alexis thinks this case is doomed and says she may also have another legal extremity brewing under her own roof. She says if it explodes it will shred her family. Alexis explains that TJ and Molly are micromanaging Christina, and Christina is allowing of the baby as hers. Alexis says she brought it up to her, and Christina got protective. Diane notes Christina did supply the egg, so in the eyes of the state Alexis knows the baby is fairly Christina's. Alexis worries to Diane Alexis hopes she's overreacting and that Christina will come to reality and this wouldn't come down to a legal issue. As her friend, Diane tells Alexis that she needs to stay out of this, and if either of the girls asks for legal advice, she should shoot them to other attorneys. Diane says if she gets involved also Alexis could lose a son if she causes said son to lose a child. Blaze and Natalia take a break in the domain after shopping with a hairstylist. While Blaze loves her aesthetics for her stint, she wants to be suitable to dress how she wants in her timeout. Natalia says she doesn't have timeout as she structures a brand and that's a 24-hour job. Natalie brings up Brooklyn and her precedences being concentrated on her marriage and neglecting her job as director. Natalia insists Blaze's new single can't be released without fixing that awful guitar part. Natalia says they need to use her family on this. Blaze says she has to let her family live his own life and let her live hers. Blaze says her family left the music business and asks her mama to guess why. Natalia knows music is the air her son breathes, and she can move him to return to it. Blaze says this is why Aloy wants out. She realizes she's wasting her breath talking to her mama and her family and storms out. Anna meets with Bennett in her office. They bandy business, and Anna is agitated to be moving into her new apartment and out of the Metro Court. She brings up having to move some of her old records on her own because she can't trust them with anyone but her. At Dante and Sam's, Dante continues to suppose he needs to abdicate from the force. He says the way the Bobbies were treating Dex at Chase's party was bad, and he's actually Sonny's son. So what do they suppose of him? Sam says he was a Bobby before he knew he was Sonny's son, while Dex chose to work for Sonny. Dante still can't imagine what the others suppose of him. Sam says all those Bobbies showed up to contribute blood while he was in the sanitarium, but Dante thinks that's just what Bobbies do for Bobbies. Sam knows he loves his work, but admits she's waited a long time for him to say he's giving up his emblem. She counted the nights she lay in bed and supplicated that he come home and tell her he was done. At the sanitarium, she says the officers and their misters and women, were all devastated when they visited him, but she could also tell they were relieved it wasn't them that it happened to. Sam says if he wants to give up his emblem, she won't be anything but thankful. They clinch and kiss. At Sonny's, he smothers to Ava about how Carly talked down to him and slogged into his restroom to check his capsules. Ava says she's not showing respect for his sequestration. He says she is nint and says, "To hell with Carly Corinthos." Ava quips, "Don't you mean Carly Spencer?" Sonny cannot believe that's all she's got. And it was a slip of the lingo. Ava says it just shows how important she can push his buttons, and she hasn't been his woman for times but acted like she was moment. Sonny knows nothing knows his condition better than Carly. Ava says Sonny has changed, and Carly doesn't know him presently. She thinks he needs to relax. Sonny says he wants to get his blood drawn to throw the results in Carly's face. She says he should do it, but it might set a bad precedent, indicating that he needs Carly's blessing for every move he makes. Sonny doesn't need her blessing, and he needs to take a walk alone to cool off. He heads out of the apartment. In the domain, Sonny runs into Natalia, who invites him to sit and join her on this beautiful day. He sits down with her and smiles. Natalia says she's been stuck in her studies about her son, and Sonny says he's been brewing over a fight with his partner before. Sonny tells Natalia about his history with Carly and his bipolar complaint. He explains she was necessary in getting him help firstly, but now she's using it against him. She's not giving him the benefit of the mistrustfulness about anything. Sonny jokes this is a great bench, but it doesn't offer refreshments. He invites her for a drink, and she accepts. Christina heads home and finds Blaze staying for her, having used the key she gave her to her place. Blaze couldn't go back to the Metro Court as her mama is driving her nuts. Molly drops by to check on Christina and admits she hates the way they left effects this morning. Molly explains she spoke to TJ and told him that he's out of line, micromanaging every aspect of her life. Christina thanks her. Molly says she loves her and trusts her. Blaze jokes, "Could you have this discussion with my mama?" Molly says she'd love to, but hereafter, as she took off the autumn, she may do commodity crazy like go for a drink. Christina asks if this means she doesn't have to disown her pater. Molly says they will probably no way see eye to eye on Sonny, and it's public record that where Sonny goes, peril follows. Christina asks if she really thinks her pater poses a trouble to the baby. Molly doesn't and will make sure TJ sees that too. Molly also thanks Blaze for being there for her family. Molly decides to go, and Christina thanks her and appreciates her. They clinch. Molly still seems upset. Back at Anna's office, Don stops in to drop Commodity off. He puts his emblem on her office and explains he's relinquishing. Anna asks what has urged this. Danny says his nearly dying played a part. But the biggest factor is Sonny. He says Sonny brought up Dex and how other Bobbies might believe anything Dex has to say about his business, but he allowed. Dante knew better than to believe Dex. Annette asks if Sonny asked him what Dex told the Bobbies. Would he tell his father? Dante says, not a chance. Still, the line between Bobby and son is getting vague. He admits he allowed that Dex working for the PCPD could affect his father, and he hates that crossed his mind. Anna says he's being too hard on himself. She says he's mortal, and fussing isn't the same about participating in Tell. Donnie says that for him, it feels like he's betraying this emblem, so it has to end. Anna brings up her own eyeless spot for Sonny involving Robin, and she has been staying for him to come to the same conclusion. Dante still thinks he should abdicate. Annette asks what happens when Sonny comes asking for a favor, dragging him and his family into Sonny's route. Anna says he hasn't used this emblem to cover Sonny. Rather, this emblem defended him from Sonny's toxin. She doesn't suppose Dante can go to abdicate. She advises him not to engage in talk with others about his father, that he won't be on any cases involving Sonny, and that he can't put him in a situation where he's compromised. She feels this is his only safe spot and says, "You're staying, understood?" Sonny returns home with Natalia and introduces Ava to her. He explains that this is Blaze's mama. He says they ran into one another in the domain and got to talking, and he wants to crack open that imported scotch, as Natalia likes scotch. Ava goes to get them some drinks. Sonny and Natalia talk about her family, and Natalie gushes about her talented son, also a musician. When Ava tries to join them, Sonny suggests she makes some calls for the gallery. Visibly irked, Ava leaves. Natalia tells Sonny how great the view from his deck is, and his extension is well decorated. He thinks it could use a woman's touch and would like her opinion. She asks what about Ava. Sonny says it's not like that with him and Ava. Lurking, Ava hears Sonny's comment. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.